Thunderleg, a master of martial arts and assassin, is introduced in the opening scene. Thunderleg has dedicated his entire life to being the world's finest fighter. He is well known for his famous move known as the Devil's Kick, a fast and dangerous kicking style that can outmatch even the greatest opponents. One day, he gets a letter from a customer asking him to assassinate a well-known kung fu expert named Y. Additionally, he receives a sizable payment for his efforts. Thunder approaches Y right away and challenges him to a fight. Y offers him double the amount of money for his life, but Thunder refuses. He is a man of high principles when it comes to his profession, despite the fact that he is a fugitive. When the fight begins, Y is revealed as a mediocre master in front of Thunder. He quickly defeats the opponent while displaying incredible footwork. In the later scene, we are brought to the town's top martial arts training school. It is led by Professor Kai, a follower of the Master Wang. Wang scares the trainees, but none of them are afraid of Kai. Of all the trainees, Wang's own son Freddy is the most infamous. He makes fun of Kai and laughs along with the others at his misery. As soon as Kai learns what's happening, he calls Freddy out for being a spoilt child and abusing his father's authority. They opt to engage in a fight to resolve their disagreement. Kai loses because, despite being a professor, Freddy is far superior than him in skill. The man is gifted in martial arts, but lacks discipline. Later on that day, Freddy is in the market with his friends, where they have plans to play harmless pranks on shoppers. He scares a girl into jumping on him by using an eel, but he is caught by the girl's mother. She is significantly superior to any opponents Freddy has met, and is a master of kung fu as well. He learns a lesson before realizing he can't defeat her, and runs away. Freddy's luck runs out that day since, while returning home, he encounters a man by the name of Jerry. He is annoying a poor seller by refusing to pay the right amount. To force the bully to pay the vendor, Freddy fights him and ultimately wins. He tells Jerry to remain out of his eyes if he loves his life before walking away. When he gets home that night, his father is with the girl he had played a prank on, along with her mother. Freddy makes every effort to avoid them, but his father brings him over to meet the visitors. They are actually his aunt and cousin, who had traveled from another city to pay them a visit. When they inform Master Wang about his son's misdeeds, Freddy is put in danger. They are going to punish him when they are halted by a landowner called Lee. He is angry with Freddy for beating up his son since he is Jerry's father. Also brought before Master Wang is Jerry, who is draped in bandages due to the numerous wounds he has sustained. Lee wants Freddy punished for his actions rather than an apology. Wang prepares to strike Freddy with a stick, but his aunt intervenes to stop him. She tells the victim's buddies to punish Freddy in the way they see fit. However, they only manage to attack him 10 times before he is unable to defend himself. Unaware that Freddy can protect himself even if he cannot respond, one of Jerry's pal boldly steps forward. His initial strikes are ineffective since Freddy is able to block each one. The 10 attacks eventually come to an end, and Freddy is still upright and unharmed. When the adversary tries to launch an additional attack, Freddy knocks him out with a single blow. Lee and his thugs must choose Jerry before embarrassingly returning home. However, Master Wang's rage hasn't subsided yet. He begins putting Freddy to a series of cruel punishments the next day. Every day for hours, he is ordered to kneel while wearing bowls on his head and shoulders. However, Freddy and his pals manage to cheat their way out of the punishment in a number of different ways. When Master Wang learns of this, he becomes frustrated with his son's lack of self-discipline. He decides to take a big step and summons his brother, a great kung fu expert named Sam. When drunk, he is invincible and is most renowned for his drunken kung fu. Wang thinks that while under his care, even Freddy will begin to take life seriously. Freddy is imprisoned in the bathroom with a heavy pot slung over his neck till he gets there. His friend saves him and explains that Master Sam is not an ordinary guy. By the end of the training, his trainees are so horribly tortured that they are no longer recognizably himself. Once he arrives, Freddy might as well wish farewell to his freedom and peace. Freddy is no longer interested in seeing Sam after learning about all the horrific things he has done. At the end of the day, he finds himself at a restaurant after running away. Being in need, he connives a man into buying him dinner, but it turns out that the man is the owner of the restaurant. Due to Freddy's attempt to defraud them, his men have a fight with him. Master Sam is dining in the same restaurant. He recognizes Freddy and helps him in fighting the thugs. The help from the stranger is appreciated by Freddy. He begins insulting Master Sam while they are talking, not realizing that it is the same person. Freddy scolds the guy as much as he wants before stopping and asking his name. When Freddy realizes he is the master, his facial color changes. He makes an effort to flee. He naively tries to attack Sam after that fails, and he learns his lesson. His training starts the next day, and his first assignment is to repeatedly move water from one large pot to another. He waits for the right opportunity to pretend that he has fallen into one of the pots. When Sam arrives to help, he is fooled and imprisoned inside. After that, Freddy flees and finds refuge in a deserted structure. The location turns out to be Thunderleg's deadly assassin's hideout. Although Freddy is told to go by the killer, he resists since he doesn't know who it is. Thunderleg then beats and humiliates him as a result. He is going to kill him, but stops himself since killing a mere weakling like Freddy will ruin his reputation. Although Freddy's life is saved, he has never felt more ashamed. The rage transforms into a desire to get revenge on Thunder, and for that, he must practice. He returns to Sam in the next scene, apologizing and pleading for help. Sam welcomes him back, offering him one more opportunity to redeem himself. To increase his arm strength is the first step in the training. Sam does this by attaching sticks to Sam's hands and operating him like a puppet. Freddy finds it challenging to use chopsticks at supper after spending the entire day in the exercise. He doesn't believe he can ever be as powerful as Thunder, but as the days go by, he can feel his arm becoming stronger. Once he can shatter walnuts with just his fingertips, the first quarter of training is complete. Then, one day, the teacher and student visit a nearby gambling establishment to bet. Sam is a skilled gambler with a keen vision. He makes a lot of money and wins every round, much to the anger of his opponents. A bald man who believes he can beat Sam interrupts them. They bet everything on the last round, but the guy cheated to win. When his deception is exposed, he panics and accuses Sam. Freddy asks him to a battle, believing that he would easily win. However, the bald guy reveals that he has a strong head and has learned kung fu in the form of a skull. He dominates Freddy in the early stages of the battle, but Freddy eventually wins by using a hammer. Eventually, Master Sam runs out of his favorite alcohol and asks Freddy to buy some for him from a nearby restaurant. However, he uses the cash to buy a large meal and mixes the booze with water, believing that Sam won't notice. The bald-headed man takes the Bamboo Master somewhere else to beat Sam up for what he did before. The Bamboo Master has his bamboo, but Sam doesn't have his most potent weapon, alcohol. Freddy comes just in time, but Sam immediately notices that the alcohol is watered. Because none of them is capable of defeating the Bamboo Master, they both decide to go away. In the evening, Freddy accuses Sam of failing to properly instruct him because he was unable to defeat the Bamboo Master. Sam admits that up until this point, he had just been studying the fundamentals of the drunken kung fu method. Now that he has learned the fundamentals, he will need to understand the most crucial parts. The two then drink till they are completely out of their senses. Sam is able to do all 7 masters of kung fu techniques, although the typical person would be unable to walk with this much of alcohol in their stomach. Freddy gains knowledge of the master's strengths and weaknesses. He eventually starts to master the complex kung fu skills after hours and hours of practice. In addition, he is a lot more diligent and dedicated about the training than he was previously. The landowner Lee visits Master Wong one day and requests that he sell his property. Lee intends to turn the site into a coal mine, and Wong is aware of this. Lee even gives him 20% of the revenue, but Wong ejects him. The next scene shows Thunderleg receiving a letter from a customer. Lee is the caller and asks him to kill Wong. Thunder accepts the mission and prepares to travel to the city. In another location, Freddy returns home while carrying alcohol when he encounters the Bamboo Master. After recalling how the man made him and Sam feel embarrassed, he intends to take vengeance. He teases the man, pushing him to strike first. The fight appears to be neutral, until Freddy consumes alcohol. Nobody can defeat him when he is drunk, not even the well-known Bamboo Master. He easily defeats the guy before grabbing 2 enormous pots of his alcohol. But when he gets home, he is horrified to find Sam missing. He discovers a letter in which the master expresses gratitude for his faith in his teachings. He says Freddy has mastered all there is to know about drunken kung fu. Hence, he has accomplished his work and is departing. Back at the training center, a guy rushes up to Wong in a panic, telling him that Lee and his followers are occupying the area violently. Wong, furious, attempts to punish them but finds no one. It is made clear that Thunderleg used the letter as a ruse to get Wong alone. Thunder is especially excited about the fight since he is constantly on the lookout for a tougher opponent. Wong, in his opinion, is the perfect match for him, and Thunder's reputation will improve from his death. The fight begins, and the two compete in strength and skill for a while. But even the powerful Wong is overpowered when Thunder chooses to use the Devil's Kick. He is brought to the ground and is about to be killed when one of his students brings Freddy. Upon seeing his father hurt, his blood starts to boil. He prepares to battle the opponent in Wong's place. He was humiliated, and Thunderleg still remembers it. The assassin thinks Freddy is the same person who ran with his tail between his legs the previous time, so he makes fun of him. To Freddy's joy, Sam shows up on the scene at just that moment. Knowing what the drunken master is capable of, Thunderleg freezes in a state of astonishment. It turns out that he is the only one the deadly assassin fears, but Sam reassures him that he won't get involved in the fight. He wants Thunder and his student to face off. When the fight begins, Freddy successfully avoids all of Thunder's blows. The opponent becomes irritated and makes a mistake, giving Freddy the advantage. In the end, he beats Thunder by snapping his neck with his powerful arms. Finally, Freddy emerges as the winner, making his father proud of him.